Hi, thank you for joining me on the Path for Health podcast. My name is Brandy Lloyd, and I will be your host. I am a functional nutritional therapy practitioner and personal trainer. I've had a long career as a personal trainer, but about 10 years ago, my health status began to unravel. I eventually was diagnosed with an autoimmune disease called spondyloarthropathy. This is an inflammatory arthritis that affects nearly every joint in my body, including my spine. After a long road of discovering food allergies, incorporating stress management techniques, focusing on time on gut healing and hormone balance, I have finally found the restoration for my health. At this time, I am prescription free and hope to remain that way, but I'm open and grateful for whatever lies ahead. Most of my time is now spent helping people just like me, people who are trying to find answers to improve their health through diet and lifestyle changes. This podcast is for educational purposes. Please consult your doctor before making any changes based on what you learn here. My goal is to educate and inspire you. So please don't forget to leave a comment and share this podcast with your own circle of people. And I hope you reach out to me too. I have many different types of educational platforms and support. Now let's get on with the show. Can we chat today about feeling overwhelmed? Do you ever feel like you want to or need to do everything? I mean, everything. My mental and emotional list in the areas of personal growth, relationships, business, fun, and just basic adulting can leave this high achiever feeling overwhelmed, that's for sure. In my family, we use a phrase called alligator mouth and hummingbird ass. It's like the desire is there, but the ability is often lacking. I've been doing a lot of writing and sharing about hormones lately, and that's basically because hormones play such a big part in not only how we feel, but how we perform. So regardless of your hormone status, there are some steps that you can take that can help reduce those feelings of overwhelm. And that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. I want you to do 4 things. Get clear, get organized, get help, and get moving. And then basically rinse, lather, and repeat, girls. I am chock full of visions and desires and goals for my life, but those are just daydreams unless I can get clear and get organized. So since I'm a nutritionist and specialize in autoimmune issues, I'll use gut health as an example. So feel free, and I'll use hormones too. Feel free to insert whatever comes to mind with you in your life. If you're like me and most women, we are complex, and we have what I like to call fair weather focus. Now, fair weather focus is my way of describing how I feel in the moment, if you get my drift. If I'm on vacation, I want more of that. And I dream of other vacations and to plan and prioritize. What are we going to do next? If I'm trying to find a healthy restaurant for dinner, I dream of what our town needs as far as healthy choices for dining and what that would do for the people in our area. If I'm studying about hormones, I'm all in. I want to learn and apply everything, and I want to shout it out from the rooftops and help other women with what I learn or what I can show them as far as hormone health, right? I'm just kind of an all-in kind of gal. But like most women, I have more passions than time. How do I actually get something done without feeling overwhelmed? How do I accomplish anything? I get clear. And I'm not going to lie, I struggle with this. This getting clear means I need to get it all out, whatever's in my head. If all of these visions and goals and dreams and interests and passions are like puzzle pieces, I can't keep them all in my head. I got to lay them out on a table. I need to look at them, and then I need to prioritize. I used to try, let me just give you an example here. I used to try and clean my house as I went, like when my kids were littler, right? That just never worked for me. I would go around throughout my day, and after 3 hours of tidying up and cleaning up all over the house, it really didn't look much better, let alone get any cleaner. And I learned early on that I basically needed to clean one room at a time. For me, I always start in the kitchen. I finished the kitchen, and then I moved on to the next priority room. For me, it was usually the living room, and so on. And I just felt like if I could get my kitchen clean, and if I could just see my living room squared away, that I didn't feel overwhelmed. Like I was kind of ready for whatever life with small kids was going to throw at me, right? I call it working upstream. As I work upstream, my efforts trickle downstream, but I don't let myself get distracted with downstream projects until I am all done upstream. So to go back to my kitchen cleaning or house cleaning example, that means if there's school books on the counter that belong to a son, I take them to the room and I put them on the desk, and I don't grab the laundry and all the other crap on the floor that's there. I go right back to the kitchen until it is complete, right? When it's done, I scratch it off my mental or physical, in my case, to-do list, and then I go on to the next priority. So if you're like me, 48, 2 kids out of the house, raising their own 2 kids, our last kids in the house, I pretty much have the system down. I know how to handle our household here. What are my jobs, my husband's jobs, what we like to do on the weekend. I got all that down. I hope you do too. But as women, why do we tend to struggle with the other areas of our lives, right? I personally think it's because we don't take the time to get clear, get organized, get help, and finally get moving and stay moving. We kind of sit around in this observation and think about the way things should be, or we wish they can be kind of phase. That the problem solving doesn't really work until we work it out, right? We got to put some action behind it. So this works with our health as well. So I believe in an organized God. My God that I believe in, according to my faith, is organized, not a God of chaos. And we're created in his image, which means our health also has a priority and a sense of organization, right? So if we want our hormones to be fixed, if we want better sleep, weight loss, more energy, and so on, but we go about randomly trying to fix everything that kind of comes our way when it comes our way, it just doesn't work, right? We read a podcast or we read a post or listen to a podcast and we jump right into application. It's impulsive. I guarantee you it's not going to stick. I've seen it. This is what I do for a living, right? Our bodies and our health and our wellness, they are designed to be handled in a specific order and priority. So you hear me say all the time, if you want to address those hormone issues, you need to look upstream. You better handle your blood sugar, you got to handle the gut, and you got to handle the stress. No amount of supplements is going to do the trick until you handle what's going on upstream, right? That's why a lot of women, they go to the doctor and they have hormone issues and they're handed a prescription, a cream, a pill, or whatever, and it might take care of the few of the symptoms, but they're still struggling with this whole laundry list of stuff. They didn't go upstream. So that's kind of what I want to focus on with you today. I want you to get clear. I want you to unload those puzzle pieces onto the table. And I want you to prioritize them. What do you really want to focus on? And what do you really need to focus on, right? So, since the root of all disease and chronic illness starts in the gut, we actually knew this hundreds of years ago, Hippocrates told us, but it's finally becoming a mainstream idea that that's where the root of all disease and chronic illness starts. And let me tell you, if you've been dealing with something for longer than 6 weeks, medically speaking, it's chronic, right? So even if you have an estrogen problem or you think you do, whatever happens in the gut, good or bad, has influence over your hormones, my friend. So let's look at fixing our hormones, right? If we're going to fix our hormones and we're going to start with our gut health, this means choosing the right foods in the right ratios at the right time for you, my friend. This means avoiding foods that stress your body out, cause your body inflammation. This will allow for maximum nutrients to run that hormone system that we call your endocrine system. And everybody's different. But this means maximizing your digestion too. That's what's going to happen. You need those proteins and your fats for hormone production. Most women find that after fixing their gut and improving their digestion, those pesky little hormone symptoms like hot flashes and weight gain and bloating, become significantly reduced. Their skin looks better. They're not losing their hair anymore. They have more energy. They're sleeping better. Their libido is ramped up again. Just life is better, right? They worked upstream. They started with that gut health that we know is so important. Now, upstream, gut health isn't alone. We also have to consider stress management. That includes physical, environmental, and emotional stress. Like, how you eat, how you move, how often, how you sleep, how you deal with your feelings, so on. That's actually part of stress management. If we're eating foods that cause our body inflammation, we're eating foods. It's actually an environmental issue. That's an environmental stress, right? That's all upstream stuff. So what the heck is downstream? I'll tell you what is at the bottom: wellness, resilience, and longevity. If you put all the upstream stuff in order and you handle them in the right order, this is what you can expect: wellness, resilience, and longevity. Okay, so now that you know that you need to be clear and what you need to be clear on, we need to get organized. We need to really start to put the puzzle pieces in some sort of order. We need to have like a system, right? If I can throw in the puzzle analogy here, it would be like, well, let's put all the borders in one spot on the table. And look, if this is a field, let's put all the yellow pieces in this pile and the grass pieces in this pile and the stream pieces in this pile, right? We need to have some sort of organization so we're not always just picking randomly in the pile and we don't even know how many yellow pieces there even are, right? So what should you tackle first? How will you keep track of your progress? How will you pull off a wellness plan that gives hormonal improvements? What strategies for success will you employ? So you may realize, and once you get organized and you get clear on what you want to do and you start to kind of organize a little bit, you may realize that you need to get help. And that's the third step. That's where it comes in. You might discover that you don't have enough education or the tools to pull it off. You need to get help. You know what? You can read a book that maybe has a program or protocol to follow. A lot of books, whether it's a hormone book or a book on migraines or whatever, it's going to come with protocols in there for you to follow. Hey, spend the $15 or the $20, and get help. Maybe listen to a podcast. Maybe work with a nutritionist like myself or a functional medical doctor. This is where you got to know your weaknesses, right? A truly strong person knows their strengths and their weaknesses. They know when to get help. This help also includes support. Make sure you surround yourself with people and you're influenced by people that are cheering you on and not stumbling you, right? If your circle of family and friends can't do that, then find some people who can. Maybe join a support group live or online, listen to some podcasts, read blogs, but it really does help to stay on course when you look around and see other people that are on the same course, or better yet, people that have even been down it before. That's why autoimmune disease is my bag. That's why hormone stuff is my bag, because I'm 48. I'm in that premenopausal or perimenopausal season, right? And I have done some massive changes with my health once my autoimmune disease hit like a whammy and stopped me in my tracks, right? I've learned a lot. I've been down the trail. So now I like to help other people, right? So let's think about the influence and talk a little bit about the influence of our people around us and how birds of a feather kind of flock together and how that's not always a good thing. Let's go back to our clean house scenario. Let's say that's a major priority for us because it just causes us too much stress. It makes us late. Our kids can never find their shoes. It's just you realize I have got to get this done. Now think about hanging out with maybe a girlfriend who's a house that is an absolute disaster all the time. Is that going to be a good influence for you? Is that going to support your desire of finding ways and methods to actually organize your own life? No. As a matter of fact, just the opposite is going to happen. You're going to actually start to kind of mentally and emotionally join that friend. Well, she doesn't really seem to mind or care that she has 2 days worth of dishes on the sink and she has to cook around that mess. Why do I care? Why does this even matter to me? It works for her. Well, how do you know it works for her? Maybe that's how she lives, but maybe she's bothered by it. But maybe she just feels defeated by her life, right? So you don't have to judge what anybody else is doing around you as right or wrong, but I do recommend finding people that are going to be positive influencers on your path, what you're clear on, what your priorities are. So it's not about downing other people. It's just about moving at your own pace in your own direction and being okay with that, right? Okay, so this last step is crucial. It's the get moving step. You can get clear. You can have dreams, you can set goals, you can get yourself a nutritionist, you can have a great plan, you can have all the support that you need. But if you don't get moving, nothing's going to happen. You have to take action. That kitchen we've been talking about is yours, and it isn't going to clean itself. So no matter how awesome the cleaning products are in the bucket, you're going to have to pick them up and get moving. I'm back to that alligator mouth, hummingbird ass story, right? That alligator mouth that just has all of this work to do and that little tiny hummingbird ass. But I tell you what, when you get clear, the alligator mouth gets laser focused. It becomes like a hummingbird beak. Ever see one of those hummingbirds? Their beaks are like needle sharp, right? One time back when my husband and I were first married, one of them almost put my husband's eye straight out. Just poked his eye straight out. We still laugh about it. Just picture this: 2 newlyweds, a frightened hummingbird, a broom, a sheet, a colander, and a vaulted ceiling in a condo. I'll just let you run with that for a little bit. But I tell you what, when you do finally get clear, you get focused, your little hummingbird ass is going to be just enough to get the job done, okay? You will make progress and you will reach your goals, right? You're going to be so focused on them, you're going to have just enough power to get them done. There's something magical that happens when we get clear and we get organized and we get the right help and we get moving. Those feelings of being overwhelmed just dissipate. So I'm a hiker. Our family loves to hike. I like having a trail map when I hike. I like to know what to expect even before I get there. My son and I, we like to use All Trails. It's a hiking map and it's for all over. Wherever you are, you can find trails around you. And other people who have been down the trail, they'll rate it. Is this moderate? Does it have too much sun exposure? Is it really hot? Is it a better winter trail? Is it a trail that, like we just did last weekend, that in the first mile you climb 900 feet, which is a consideration when you're walking with a 2.5-year-old, right? I like knowing what to expect. I like to know we're going to go 1 mile straight up and then 2 miles all the way down and back. I feel more confident and prepared. When I have a trail map, I always find my way. I can enjoy the hike more, be a little bit more relaxed. I don't feel like I'm kind of always looking around at all the little side trails like deer tracks or cattle tracks and wondering, is that the way we should go? Should we go down that? Right? You know, I'm not always looking for forks in the trail. If one is not super obvious, I can get my trail map out and go, no, we're still supposed to go straight right here. That works for me. So yeah, I know I threw in another analogy. It's a gift. Like I said, my husband calls me the analogy queen, but you see what I mean, right? Us women, we are always getting lost on all those little side trails. We wonder where they go and if they're a shortcut and they worked for our girlfriend, but usually they aren't. We usually just get lost on those trails and we get a little bit more banged up before we find our original trail again. We lose time, we lose confidence. We may have even suffered injuries while we're out exploring somebody else's trail. And over time, we can finally return to ours. We're usually feeling a little bit defeated, right? The old, how many diets have I been on? How many exercises have I been on? How many different hormone supplements have I been on? Nothing is working. Forget it. I guess I'm just fat and tired. Can't sleep, bald, don't have any hair, that kind of a thing. I guess this is just my life, right? This is my lot in life. That's Christians. I guess this is my lot. Well, this may be your lot, but that doesn't mean you give up, right? You own it and you find joy in it and you find out how you can live well with it. Like if you only have half an eyebrow, right? How can you live well with it? Well, I can realize that eyebrows aren't all that important, but I can get a little bit of, eyebrow filler and I can go about my business, right? Right? So how many side trails have you actually taken to restore your health, right? So we're not going to do that anymore. We're just not going to do it. Just declare you're not going to do it. You're going to get clear. You're going to get organized. You're going to get some help and you're going to get moving and you're going to stay on the right trail for you And this is going to lead to confidence and success. You're not going to feel overwhelmed. Trust me, it is still an adventure. There's still things that are going to come up in it. There's going to be surprises along the way. But when you stick to your trail map, your focus, you won't feel overwhelmed. And you're going to be ready for challenges, and you're not going to be overcome by them, right? You're not going to have that feeling of, oh, what else is next? Are you kidding me? I can't take it anymore. You're going to be able to take it. You're going to be stronger on your inside. Your emotional strength won't be so frail. You're going to have this resilience that's going to get you through. You're going to be more faithful to your program because you have been walking it, and you will have felt and seen and witnessed success, right? So my business is actually called The Path for Health for a reason. I am a hiker, I know, but I have autoimmune disease. And I picked it up somewhere on the trail. And I'm not going to lie, it was overwhelming. And it was coming at me from all directions. And like most people with autoimmune diseases, it takes a while to actually get a map. It takes a while to realize what trail you're even on, right? So even though I may never completely restore my health again, I mean, come on, I'm getting older every year. I hope to get older and older and older, right? But that doesn't mean that I can't continue to heal and flourish. So let me show you my trail map, okay? Let me share it with you. This is where you start. I want you to sit down, and I want you to get it really clear on what you want in your life and for your life and in your health. And I want you to set up some priorities. You can't do it all, but you can do something. You can get your hummingbird beak out there, and you can decide, I'm going for that, right? Time to put down the alligator mouth and just become that hummingbird that you are, right? Number 2, I want you to get organized. What changes do you need to make in your daily life? What routines will help you stay laser focused with that hummingbird beak, okay? Number 3, get help. Read a book, get a nutritionist, get a support group, an accountability partner, whatever it is. Listen to a podcast, but get help. Don't do this alone. We are community driven, us as women. We need it. We definitely need it. It's something I struggle with because I'm an extroverted introvert, right? Right now, as I'm recording this, no one's around. I got a little dog around. I'm still in my workout hair, workout clothes, and all of that kind of stuff that entrepreneurs, when we have home-based business, get to do, right? I have to make sure that I go out and get support. So I want you to get help too. Number 4, I want you to get moving. Don't wait until things are better. One of the saddest things that I hear, and I got to tell you, I hear it fairly often, is, Brandy, when I get better, I'm going to come and see you. What the heck? Don't wait. It's never going to happen. Get moving now. Don't wait until things get better. You just keep sliding. Just keep sliding and sliding right downstream, and you're going to be in the rapids before you know it, right? This is important to you, girl. Take action. If you want a different outcome than the life that you're living right now, you're going to have to take a different trail than the one that you're on, right? The one that you're on might have gotten you sick. That's what happened to me. Too much stress. And I just kept ignoring all the little warning signs on the end of the trail. And my body just said, that's it. That's enough, right? So if you have daily meditation already built into your life and journaling, then that's absolutely awesome. It does help keep you focused, especially during times on the trail when they're difficult times. It helps you deal with your feelings. It helps you stay focused, But I also need you to be honest with your support team. Let people know when you're struggling. I have not been really good at that. And oftentimes when it takes 6 to 8 years to figure out what's going on in your health, friends turn away. They don't really know what to do because a lot of people with autoimmune disease on that trail get really inward you're tired talking about it. You're tired of thinking about it. You don't feel good. You're fatigued. You start to get a little bit depressed. And then a lot of times your friends, they just walk away. They just say, well, I guess she wants to be alone, right? And so that's just a cold reality. So I need you to be honest with the support team that you have right now and tell them that you're struggling, and let your friends know. Say, hey, even though I keep saying I'm too tired, even though I keep saying I'm not going to go, can you keep inviting me? Can you check in on me, right? Don't bottle it up, because this struggle, this trail that you decide to go on, it's good. The struggle is part of the change, but it is easier when you have people around you that can encourage you and support you. And of course, I'm here for you. So stay plugged in and let me know what you're struggling with, what you need to hear more of. Just send me a little message. I absolutely love it. So I want to thank you for listening today. And I want to let you know that you, my dear listener, are in my thoughts and my prayers. This is a sisterhood. This is my passion. I work very hard not to completely wring myself dry and overwork in this area. And it's because I care so much about you. And I don't want you to go through some of the pitfalls that I went through. I wish I knew the things that I know now when I was in your position, right? So I am here for you. And please let me know if there's things that you want to hear about or learn about. I love it. I love having that laser focus. I love being able to work in a capacity that is serving you, dear listener. So have a wonderful day. Take a deep breath and get your box of puzzle pieces that are in your head and lay them out on that table. And let's see what you got and start to get clear and get organized. All right. Have a great day. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's podcast. I know I did. There's always so much to learn, digest, and apply. My passion is to share the wealth of information and experience that I have learned and am continuing to learn. If you find that you're struggling with your health and need some help, I am totally here for you. I have many different programs and platforms to help you get to where you want to go. I am currently taking clients both online and in person, and I also offer self-paced courses as well as live and online small group classes. Also, each month I hold a live webinar with a different theme, and most recently I created a VIP Restore Experience membership platform. The VIP experience is exclusive content that I organize and share only with VIP members. It is a monthly opportunity to receive educational and inspirational material that no one else is getting unless they are a member. Each month, I organize a 60-minute live video chat that allows a little bit of Q&A along with the teaching. It is so fun. The best part is that each month, your mailbox will find new recipes, product demos, cooking demonstration, tips, and more. The super cool part about the VIP Restore experience is that for the next 3 months, I'm doing what I call a beta test group, because this is a new program. So the membership is only $15 a month. You can head over to thepathforhealth.com to get more information and sign up. There's no contract, so try it out. Make sure you're also signed up for my monthly newsletter, the blog, and the podcast. Staying plugged in is key to helping you stay on track with your goals. You can also find me personally on Facebook, Instagram, and most recently, TikTok. That's a blast. Thank you again for listening. I'm Brandy Lloyd on The Path for Health. I'll see you next time.